It's interesting that we would talk about pain management in exotic animals, because that is something that has been, until recently, generally not been done, or no one has been really thinking about how painful is my rabbit or my ferret or my mouse or my rat, something like that. So with those guys, I would say recognizing pain is something that is really new in these animals, and they are, again, like, they're prey animals, so many times they're not going to be grooming, they're not going to be eating, they're going to be curled up in balls, they're just going to look generally unthrifty. So recognizing pain is probably the #1 thing. Now, as far as treating pain with these guys, a lot of times people are using local anesthetics for local blocks anytime they're doing anything with the skin that's going to be painful, or even surgical procedures. And there are many pain drugs that we use in dogs and cats and even in humans that can be used in these exotics, and that people hadn't really thought about using. I think the important thing is that you need to get a good formulary on exotic animal pain, something like Carpenter's, because I think, as we all know, that there needs to be a good reference for pain control drugs for these guys. And in order to practice and not have any legal entanglements, we need to be able to show where it is we get our dosages from. Now, other than that, there are some new things that I would say we're using. I'm doing acupuncture on some of these exotic pets, and that's something people don't really think about, but these little guys respond really well to acupuncture. I've done rabbits and rats and mice, and they're very, very interesting patients to do. And then there are some newer drugs coming out for dogs and cats. There's one called Grapaprant, which I suspect exotic animal vets will probably use for their patients, simply because it hasn't been FDA approved, but because there's so few side effects with it in the species that we generally treat, I suspect that that will be one that'll be used in the future with those guys.